on the same page, and if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. We are making a video for everybody else on our Facebook page, on our fan page. So, but you won't be on the video, of course, but you can ask the questions here and we'll be able to answer them. And I always like to start by letting you know that you cannot out-train bad nutrition, okay? You cannot out-train bad nutrition. What I mean by that, you can't continually work out, right? And eat bad food. What is bad food? Bad food is gonna be processed food, any food that's high in sugar and salt, all right? Processed food includes the food that's been processed having the trans fat, right? Trans fat. Trans fat is gonna be the fat you wanna stay away from, right? And also just being processed, the carbohydrate that they're using, the flour that they're using is gonna be too processed for our stomach, for us to digest it and stuff like that, all right? So you cannot out-train bad nutrition, but that doesn't mean you can't treat yourself, of course, right? Of course, I'm all about that. You know, a lot of you already know that I've been doing this for, I'll be doing it for 17 years next month. I started Mannys Fitness Program in 2009. And again, it has not changed since the beginning. And I have made sure I have put it to the test, right? In regards to what foods we actually need to be eating through our time working out, or even our lifestyle. Our lifestyle should consist of consuming lean meats, good fats, good oils, good carbs, a lot of vegetables, some fruit, nuts, seeds, your water intake. Pay attention to your electrolytes and you should be good to go. If you're not consuming lean meats, if you're not a meat eater, right, you can always do the vegetation or the vegan diet, right? The Mediterranean diet is pretty good as well. It does contain lean meats, but it's more vegetables than anything, right? So every diet has its differences, right? With the Mediterranean diet, we have the paleo diet, we have the ketogenic diet, which is still popular till this day. As from the time that it came out, it's still popular till this day, right? It's established compared to the paleo diet. The paleo diet, I actually, people are still kind of practicing it, not even knowing that they're practicing it, just high protein, good fats, good oils, good carbs, kind of low on the low portion. The ketogenic diet is more fat and oil, good fat and oil, protein, and then very little carb, like almost close to nothing. You only get carbs from like blackberries, like cherries and stuff like that. But other than that, that's it. You know, those are the diets. So again, you cannot out-train bad nutrition, but you can treat yourself. What I mean by that, good nutrition 80% of the time, and then 20% you can treat yourself. You'll still get amazing, good results depending what your goals are. If your doctor tells you that you have to lose this weight, that's when you raise that percentage, right? From 80 to 90, 95 maybe. We do have meal plans here in Mannys Fitness Program. They are tailored to you, right? They're gonna be high in good fat, good oil, higher in protein. So our meal plans are more like paleo diet meal plans, which are high protein, good fats, good oils, good carbs, right? A good amount of carbs, not too much, not too little, right? And then it always includes all the vegetables, the micronutrients, right? So if that's the best way that you can be sure that you're consuming the right amount of micronutrients, the right amount of calories, right? If you're looking to lose weight, all right? If it's not urgent to where you have to lose that weight, then you can still practice a meal plan, 80% of the time, 80% of the meal plan, right? But if you want to lose it completely, practice it 100%, right? The meal plan is not going to have treats, right? And it depends what you consider to be a treat. I have the burger meal plan where you get a burger, not fries, of course, because they're high in carbs. You'll be using up all your calories just on the fries, but Other than that, you know, a burger with, you have yogurt, right? Plain yogurt. You can add fruit to it. You can add your almonds to it, right? You can have your vegetables. You have eggs, egg whites, and stuff like that, right? That's just an example of what we have here, right? So around this time, I'll be asking anybody for any questions, comments, or concerns, anything that you're having trouble with, right? Anything you're having trouble with, what's difficult for you, and be honest right here. We're here together. We're here in the same fight. We're fighting for the body we want, and then our fight is to continually stay consistent with our workout and to fight to remain in a good diet practice, right? Again, 80% good, 20% you can treat yourself. We have good culture foods. There's even treat foods that are healthy as well. You can make your own, let's say, pizza, right? You can just use, because pizza is gonna be high in carbs, right? High in carbs. It's gonna be high in sodium because of the cheese and the pepperoni and stuff like that. But you can always replace the flour, the wheat product, with cauliflower, right? You can actually make a cauliflower pizza, right? The body is continually used to what you feed it, right? Not only the type of diet, but also the amount of calories. So that's why when somebody gets on a calorie deficit, you start getting more hungry, you get hunger pains, you get cravings, right? Because your body's so used to that. But eventually, your body will adapt, right? It'll adapt and it'll change, right? As for me, like I practice intermittent fasting. In the beginning, it was hard, and I've been doing it for years now. But in the beginning, maybe 10, 15 years ago, in the beginning, yeah, it was hard. You know, my first meal is at 2 p.m. I only drink black coffee, green tea, and water in all my morning and my afternoon, right? Until I have my first meal at 2 p.m. But in the beginning, it was hard because my body was continually asking, right? It was like, hey, what's up? You know, we usually eat at 8 or at 10 or this, and I used to eat breakfast, right? So, but then now it's like, put it this way, it's so different now that when if I eat in the morning at 8 a.m., not even 9 a.m., I already feel a little sluggish. I don't feel the same energy that I have. The reason why that happens, because I know some of you might still be eating breakfast, I don't want to say you're missing out. Maybe, you know, everybody's different. But the reason why is you're not going to feel that energy or that state of mind is because once you consume a food, your blood goes to your stomach. Instead of keeping your blood throughout your body, you know, flowing through your body, it goes to your stomach to start digesting. But if there's nothing to digest, your blood flow is still going, you know, through your brain, through your muscles, so on and so on, right? I'd rather work out in an empty stomach than with food in my stomach because of that. You know, try it out. It might not be for you. Like I said, it's not gonna be easy in the beginning, but eventually it will, right? It will. And we can talk about intermittent fasting later on. And first thing that we're gonna be talking about is that you cannot out-train bad nutrition. Second thing that we're gonna be talking about is intermittent fasting. Maybe you can use it as a tool. And third, we're gonna be talking about calorie deficit, calorie surplus, and calorie maintenance, right? So that way you understand how many calories you're supposed to be consuming per day to either maintain your body composition or to lose body fat or to even bulk up or create more muscle than usual, right? So especially my guys that come into Mannys Fitness program and they haven't really built too much muscle, their counseling consists of surplus, right? To consume more food, not necessarily carbs, but proteins, right? More calories from proteins than anything. That way they bulk up and they create that muscle. But there you have it right there, 10-minute videos, and I'll be on here continually. Let me know what you think. I'll see you in the next one.